My next guest is back in action. Mecca 24, February 15th. It is right around the corner. It's Austin Tweedy back here on the program. Austin, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Ready to get this going.
I bet. And I know it's been a bit since we've seen you in the MMA cage. We'll talk about that in a sec, but tell me how this all came together with you being a part of this Mecca card. Obviously, they've been putting on some really good shows as of late.
Yeah, I've known some local guys that have went up there and fought, and it looked like a great show. And man, like I told on my last interview, I'm 34. I could go out and probably find some guys that I should smoke and get my record at. But man, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So we're going to take on one of the best in the world, and we're going to see what we're really about. So that's what I'm about, is testing myself. I don't really got a lot of time to waste. So
yeah, for sure. And I noticed, obviously, you had the kickboxing fight last June. MMA fight, I think this is your first one since December of 2022. Was it just having the right opportunity? What's been the reason we haven't seen you fight so often?
Man, I had an ACL tear that we got taken care of and built back from that. And then a lot of stuff falling through, a lot of injuries. I was supposed to fight out at Nemesis, and then I broke my thumb, like right at the joint here, right before the fight, man. And then tried to come back from that and fight up there in Canada and messed my neck up real bad and tried to push through a whole fight camp, and it kept getting worse and worse. And then had me do a CT scan, and then we're like, hey, you do this and you could risk permanent damage to your neck. And I'm like, man, I was just praying I get through this one. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's about being older or what, but man, I just keep getting banged up, I guess. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fast. I put on the right weight for this fight to compete in this weight class. I'm always going to have probably a little bit of a height disadvantage, you know what I mean, being around 5'9". So, but it shouldn't be too bad on this one. And yeah, man, I'm excited. These guy's a monster, and I'm hungry and I'm ready to kill, man. There's no other option for me. I can't lose this one.
Yeah, let's talk about your opponent, Dosmatov. A lot of hype behind him, 13-2 record. He's obviously coming over to fight North America for this fight. How do you feel like stylistically you match up against him in this one?
I really feel like I can match almost anybody in the grappling. I've never found too many people, not trying to be arrogant, but like I haven't found too many people that can just hold me down and control me. You know what I mean? And I've trained with heavyweights to everything. I've never shied away from anything. So, I want to see what he's got. You know what I mean? Like he's got some decent explosive stand up too. I don't know what the pool is like over there as far as competition and talent and everything like that. But I haven't seen that he's fought anybody with the tools that I have. I mean, I'm good off my back, good on my feet, and we can wrestle too. I'm not scared to hit the ground at all.
I was going to bring that up to you as well, because that's obviously an area where I think as far as like fights go, I think, like I said, he's 13-2, you're 11-4, but you've been in there with some really, really tough opponents. How much will that experience pay dividends in the matchup?
I definitely think I can, with my knowledge, I feel like I have a really good MMA IQ when I'm in there. May not show sometimes when I get crazy and start banging, but man, I think I can trap him in some predicaments that he may not have seen some guys do before. Yeah, I've got plan A, B, and C. It just depends on how I feel that night. So I think we're going to pull it off one way or another, no matter what. So
take me through camp. Yeah, no, for sure. It's going to be a fun one. Take me through camp a bit. Who have been some of the main training partners helping you get ready for this fight?
Man, I've just brought in a lot of really big, strong wrestlers and people just to push me one after another, shark tanking me. I've always trained with some good strikers, and I had Dustin Parrish that would work with me in there. I went through a whole fight camp with him not too long ago, getting him ready. So that was nice because he's a good 170 wrestler, collegiate wrestler, and great jiu-jitsu game. He's a good black belt in jiu-jitsu. So I've always had him. I've pushed myself. I've went down to American Top Team a handful of times and been down to some other big time gyms, and always pushing myself to see if I'm as good as I think I am. You know what I mean? Stepping out of that, small pond and getting into the big ocean with everybody, see if I'm really good. So I've been able to hang so far, and I think I'll be able to hang in this one too. So we'll see.
You mentioned this being at 170. How much of a cut is it for you to get down?
So my last time I tried to make 55 back in May, man, I think just getting older, I was sitting at probably 178, and I'm always just really lean and ripped. I just naturally am walking around. So this one, and it about killed me cutting down to there, man. It was probably the worst cut that I've ever had. and it showed a little bit. I won the fight, but I didn't have a lot of energy for it. I'll tell you that. So I put the weight on right with this one. I got up. I'm probably sitting around 186 and cutting down from about 186. So I think I'm carrying it good, and I should feel better.
Okay. Your corner, what's that going to look like? Who'll be in the cage with you for this one?
Myron Gerber's my coach since I've been probably 19, 20. You know, I mean, me and him have evolved and went all around doing this stuff, man. I always feel comfortable having him there. That's going to be my main one right now. I'm not for sure if I'm going to be able to get somebody else up there with me or not, but either way, we've been through it all together. So
how's this one playing out on February 15th? How do you see it going down?
I can see me exposing him a little bit, getting him desperate, maybe trying to reach me. Maybe I'm a little quicker than he thinks and manage the distance better than he. And I think I'm going to catch him either on the feet or him exposing something on trying to get that takedown a little too hard. So we'll see there. You know, just depends on what I'm feeling like that night. If I'm going to be the guy pushing the pressure or if I'm going to be the guy moving and countering. So we'll see.
You mentioned it there, big opportunity. What does a win do for your career? Again, there's a lot of hype behind this guy. You get that win that the implications are pretty big here.
I finished this guy, man, and that puts me right back in the mix to get maybe a shot to the last minute shot to the UFC or one of the bigger shows like that. I've always been skill wise right there. I've ran through a lot of different little health issues and stupid stuff as everybody does that knocks you back a little bit. But yeah, man, a win right here could easily put me back in the mix to get into the UFC or, this is definitely my last big run as far as age wise. So I'm going to make the best out of it.
Are you just taking things fight to fight, like see how this goes, reassess, or do you have sort of goals for the rest of this year?
I mean, if once we get through this, I've got a couple offers, but I'm not really accepting anything until we're past this fight and seeing what's next from there. But yeah, man, I'm looking to go in here and finish this 100%. Everybody knows I'm not a point fighter. I go for the kill every time. It's kill or be killed, and that's what it's going to be. So
yeah, it's going to be a great card. It's Mecca 24. If you can't make it in person, go check it out on Spectation Sports. Austin, it was great catching up with you, man. I appreciate it. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
I just want to thank all my teammates out at Iron Horse Martial Arts with Myron Gerber, and then my teammates out at American Top Team Indianapolis. They show up, man. They push me no matter who it is. That's what it's all about. If you ain't got good teammates, you ain't gonna be nothing. So,
all right, cool, man.
Yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys February 15th.